Hi everyone, it's me Bon and welcome to a daily update on my philosophical learning of this book, the philosophy book. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the next part in the philosophy book, which is the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path to End Suffering in Life. So this was created by a dude called Siddhartha Gautama, which after my research, he was Buddha, and he created, apart from this philosophy, there was also a lot of things that he created, such as the Buddhist way of life, how people should live, the customs, and like, for example, being vegetarian. So there are Four Noble Truths called Dukkha, Samdaya, Nirodha, and Magga. So Dukkha is the suffering, states that suffering is a truth in the existence of life. Like from birth to death, we will all suffer from something. It is inevitable. Samdaya means that this suffering is from our desire for what we want. So for example, if I want money, I would suffer a lot if I lost money, which is when Samdaya comes into work and says that if I didn't desire money, when I lost money, I would just be like kind of annoyed instead of like suffer. Next is Nirodha, which means that no suffering can be achieved by not desiring. So if, for example, I desire nothing in life, in theory, according to Buddha's philosophy, I should be able to find inner peace and like live my life happily. And lastly, Magga is the eightfold path to no suffering. So that is Dukkha, Samdaya, Nirodha, and Magga. So I think that these four connect to each other because, as you can see here, Dukkha states the problem, which is suffering. There's a lot of suffering in life. Then Samdaya tells us the cause for this problem, which is we have too many desires. Then Nirodha, which tells us the solution to this problem, is not desiring. And Magga is telling us the plan to go from the cause to like solving the problem. So here is the eightfold path. So there are like 8 stuff in here. Obviously, that is right mindfulness, right action, right intention, right livelihood, right effort, right concentration, right speech, and right understanding. So let's take into, for example, I'm going to go into someone's funeral. For example, I would have to be, if I were to follow this guy's philosophy, I would have to work with the Eightfold Path, which is firstly, I would have to be mindful of their family's like current like state. Are they sad? Are they sad? Are they like feeling grave or feeling ill? Next, action. So following this philosophy, I will comfort and consult the family. Next, I will have good intentions and try and help the family as much as I can. Then there's my livelihood. So at a funeral, I think it's a bit controversial, but if I do like have too much livelihood in helping prepare the funeral, according to this philosophy, people will think I'd be happy that that person died, which means that if I wanted to follow this philosophy properly, I would have to have the correct livelihood, like it's like being helpful but like not too helpful, too happy to help. Then there's also enough effort. If we put too much into the effort, as same thing with the livelihood, people would think that we're just trying to like hate on this person. So next is the concentration, because I can't go around like dropping like graves or like accidentally spilling food, because that's just gonna ruin the atmosphere and make me seem like a really rude person. Next is my speech. I definitely, for example, cannot use profanity at a funeral, especially towards the person who like passed away, because if I do this, I would not be following this philosophy, and secondly, I would get like mad disrespect from the other people. And lastly, I must have the right understanding of the situation, because if I do not understand the situation, I cannot help them using these like 7 things. So that's how Dukkha, Samdaya, Nirodha, and Magga connect to the Eightfold Path. So by going from understanding the problem and then achieving the right mindfulness, the right action, the right intention, the right livelihood, right effect, right concentration, and right speech, we can apply this philosophy and be good people in our lives, like live without any desires and any suffering. So I think that this philosophy was originated from like Buddha, which as I can remember, he's from India or like China. Yeah, India. So his religion spread across Asia and then it reached the Western, and some of the Western people follow Buddhism and they follow these. Apart from this philosophy, Buddha wrote a lot of other books concerning this problem on suffering. For example, he wrote a lot of books on where people would go if they sinned. For example, they were evil to other people, they didn't help them, they didn't donate to charity, etc. So that's my understanding on this video from Samdeya and the general understanding of this philosophy book. So this was a really interesting read. It helped me learn a lot, and lastly, it helped me like understand like another philosophical view. Like it gives me another view of how people live according to Buddha's philosophies. So that's all for my video today. Thank you for listening. Have a nice time and goodbye. Bye.